Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only, and for those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law, and through this channel I'd like to provide some stock analysis and also a short 5-minute trading lesson at the end, so please stay tuned. Okay, so let's start by having a look at a review of today's trading, and we can see certainly the EV sector is still being hit quite hard by the correction that is still there. So Churchill Capital, as of time of filming, is down quite significantly, $22. So that's a fall of just over 9%. NEO is also down in excess of 7% at $35. And I think from what I can see, Tesla has also, I think, continued 5 days of red continuously, down at time of filming at just about $566. So not a good day for the EV sector. It's been a little bit better day for pharmaceutical sector. We can see ticker symbol CTXR at time of filming, which is a stock that I did bring an analysis on, is up just in excess of 1% at $1.82. And the other stock that I brought in the previous video, stock analysis for, with a deep dive stock analysis, ticker symbol ASXC. So if you got into this one, congratulations, this has done quite well today. It's currently at time of filming up in excess of 7% at $4.10. However, it also reached in excess of $4.15. So that is just 5 minutes away from close of trading there. And we can also see ticker symbol BNGO also doing well in the pharmaceutical sector, up at time of filming in excess of 10%, and Senseonics also just up in excess of 2%. So a little bit of a mixed bag of trades there. So let's now move on to today's stock analysis. So today's stock analysis is for ticker symbol ABML American Battery Metals. This is a stock that I have carried out a deep dive due diligence video in the past, so please refer back to that in my earlier videos as well. And the reason why I'm bringing this today, there has been some breaking positive news, and I'm going to share that with you shortly. However, in terms of how it's performed today, ticker symbol ABML is currently at time of filming, in fact 1 minute before close, just up very close to 15% at $2.15. So this is a good recovery from quite a significant decline that we've had. At one point, American Battery Metals was in excess of $4.09. So we need to see a little bit more momentum upwards now. So I'm going to start to share the good news for this stock that came through today. Well, before I share the good news about ticker symbol ABML, what I'm going to do is tell you where this news originated from that was brought to my attention. So this came from the City of Fernley website. So this is the copy of the City of Fernley website, and it came under Community Development Reports. So let's have a look at what this news was that caused the spike of ticker symbol ABML in excess of 15% today. So let's have a look at this. So under this website, this is the key catalyst that was breaking news today. So let's have a look. So we can see here on the PowerPoint presentation, under review, entitlement, conditional use permit to allow American Battery Metals Corporation to construct a lithium-ion battery recycling facility on a 12.44 acre parcel off Logan Lane in an industrial zoned district. So absolutely tremendous news. We now have confirmation of this project, and now let's look at the finer details in terms of how this was confirmed. So this is a copy of the pending permits report from the website, and if you see on the top right hand side, this report was run today on the 8th of March 2021. So let's have a look at the headline. So it's from the planning department, conditional use permit. So the conditional use is going to refer to lithium recycling for American Battery Metals, and we can see that this was submitted and this was completed, and we can see At the bottom right hand side, the primary contact is American Battery Metals Corporation. So absolutely tremendous news. They have now got this land. The development is going to start, and that will be the next catalyst that we will have. And I think there are going to be a number of catalysts happening for American Battery Metals this year. So let's have a little bit of a recap in terms of what other analysis we can find for American Battery Metals. Okay, so in terms of the current catalyst, we can see there they have permits, they have plant construction, they have partnership announcements. We've seen that the local government have given them cash injection to continue with their developments in terms of battery recycling. And we obviously now have the Biden government, which is pro-environment, pro-green, pro-battery recycling, and a much more positive green focus. And the final catalyst there, we can see obviously the company has registered an interest in terms of uplisting to the NASDAQ. So that's going to be a catalyst for the future. And now let's have a look at an overall SWOT analysis that I did complete earlier for American Battery Metals to give us an overview of the company itself. Okay, so this is an update of the ABML SWOT analysis. So those of you who've studied business before, this is just looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats for this company. So let's start by looking at the strengths. So obviously they have ex-Tesla staff, and one of the ex-Tesla staff was a founding member of this company, and he was also one of the top 1% of Tesla. So that's a very strong strength of the company in terms of people who know what they're doing. They have US government funding from the local council, and that was at 50%, and that was shared in the previous due diligence video, so have a look at that. A lot of the people who invest in American Battery Metals have very strong belief in the company. Most people who hold this are long-term investors as well. And the other strength about the company is their location. They're very close to the Tesla Gigafactory, so that is something that is positive in terms of a future development. Let's have a look at the weaknesses. Obviously no revenue, they're not generating revenue, and that's reflected in their stock price. So it also gives an opportunity for early investors like ourselves to benefit from potential future growth, but obviously it's still a weakness at the moment as they have no revenue. They are an OTC listing, so we can certainly see that obviously they've been very volatile, and obviously it's not good in terms of the overall momentum, certainly with the pressure on the EV sector that we have seen with the current market correction. So obviously there is still a penny stock. Let's have a look at the opportunities. We can see there is a movement towards having a NASDAQ listing. I think that is a possibility at the end of this year, but let's have a look. In the future, there's an opportunity for US and worldwide expansion in terms of their operations. That will be a long-term project and a long-term opportunity. Obviously, it's not happening now, so that's why it's an opportunity and not a current existing aspect of their business. So there is certainly a huge demand due to the EV sector growth, and that will be an opportunity for the future as well, when the EV form of transport is the dominant method. And obviously we've seen in terms of their location, they're very close to the Tesla Gigafactory, so this creates a rumor of a potential Tesla deal in the future. Tesla is going to need lithium, is going to need this technology, so it's a case of, well, could there be a deal in the future? It certainly is an opportunity. And then finally, the threats. We have legislation that could, new laws in the future could be brought in to tax the business, to outlaw the business, to have sanctions on the business. This is unlikely, but it's still a threat in the future. Changing government, if there's a new government in place that is anti-environmental policy, they want to go back to being anti-EV, then that's a threat in the future. We have competition, lots of other companies that are in lithium, and they will be looking to get contracts with the EV companies as well. So there is competition. Another threat is obviously a worldwide shortage of lithium, so that's a threat in terms of not having the availability. However, American Battery Metals are also focused on recycling, so that's going to be something that they are good at. Okay, so let's have a look at the bar chart analysis. Okay, so this is the latest bar chart analysis. The overall opinion is 56% buy. Short term, it's 50% buy. Support price $1.33. Medium term, it's also 50% buy. Pivot price $1.79. However, this is what I believe is should be your primary reason to invest in this company, and that is for the long term. Certainly, the investment that I have in American Battery Metals is a holding that I'm going to be holding for the long term. So that is 100% buy. So if you are looking to invest in this company for the long term, certainly consider this as a 100% buy. Resistance currently is $2.25. So going forward, once we have more catalysts coming through, these will be all revised. So certainly a good prospect for the long term. Short term, volatility, and short term, a little bit of uncertainty due to the market correction. Okay, so in terms of a strike price for anybody who's not invested in American Battery Metals, today it closed at $2.16, which was up in excess of 15%. So it's been a tremendous day of trading for this company today. However, due to volatility, it could easily have a pullback any day this week. So if you are looking to enter this play, consider any entry price that will be very, very good going forward, as close to $1.50 as you can catch this. Very difficult to predict the future. We could have momentum going upwards. Nobody can time the market. Nobody knows what's going to happen in the future. But due to the volatility in the EV sector, there is certainly a possibility of a pullback. So consider any entry price at $1.50. Okay, so now it's time for lesson of the day. In today's lesson is looking at the bull trap and trying to recognize the dangers of the bull trap. So let's try and illustrate this with a diagram. So if we have a look at this diagram in terms of what has certainly been happening recently, certainly with the EV sector, certainly with clean energy fuels. So if we have a look at this diagram here, we see a lot of the EV stocks have had a tremendous movement up, similar to what's in this diagram here. We can see at the top is where it is most dangerous. So what happens here in terms of the bull trap, there is a decline and we have our first dip. So when we have that dip, that's when a lot of people get trapped, and certainly investors. I think that's been happening quite a lot recently with many of the EV related stocks. So as soon as that first dip happens, people buy into the dip. Certainly with Tesla, it's happened at $800, happened at $700, and it's happened at $600, and it's gone below $600. So similar to that, we have this danger of the bull trap. So as soon as you buy that dip, it goes up, but that's where the danger is, and then it has a tremendous movement down. So be aware of that. Certainly in times of a market correction, it's very dangerous to invest your money in terms of on the first dip, because the first dip is usually a sign of a bull trap. Okay, so I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. Please join me again.